You already know what's up. So after Spidey just got finished whooping some random wrestler's ass, Spidey goes to the host to get his prize money. But the host said, nah, really out here finessing my goat. And at the same time, some robber, he had slid up in the jawn. He robbed the host for the money. And at the same time, the host gonna look at Spidey talking about what you gonna do about it. Yo, cuz, did you just not give him his money? Like, niggas really be out here trying to scam for anything. First you scamming with the money, now you trying to scam the nigga to help you get the money back? Nah, fuck that. If that was me, I would have robbed him too. All jokes aside, Spidey, he let it slide because he come from a middle class income family and he not really built for it. You already know his money to go around for everybody. Now, I know what y'all gonna say. This nigga ain't Spidey yet. Bro, it's the origin story, bro, so we y'all refer to him as Spidey. So after seeing Uncle Ben up in Peter arms, he decided it was time to get some get back. So he immediately run in the alleyway and put on his original suit. And don't get it misconstrued, that joint look tough. And he started chasing after Uncle's Ben killer. He runs up a wall, then he take the leap of faith, start chasing him down the block. So Spidey, he catches up to Uncle Ben's killer and he punches a hole right through the car. And in return, Uncle Ben's killer started blasting a switch right at Spidey. So Spidey, he moved on to the moving truck that was right next to them. Then he jumped right back on the car and punches the windshield, making Uncle Ben's killer crash into the warehouse and flee inside. Next we see Uncle Ben's killer in the warehouse, terrified, with the gun pointed, as we see silhouettes of Spidey in the background. Like, this nigga really shook so bad, he started shooting at the shadow on the ceiling. And if you thought Spidey was here to pursue justice, just wait till the end of the fight. You'll see. And bro was really terrified. You can see it in his soul. He really tried running towards the door. Bro looking like Courage the Cowardly Dog. And as soon as Uncle Ben's killer tried running away, Spider-Man run up on him, take him by his head, then slams him into the glass window attached to the door. Then he does it again.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And right after, Spidey, he gonna slam Uncle Ben's killer into the cage. And Uncle Ben's killer, he tried to pull out a knife and stab Spidey. But Spidey weaved that joint, then kicked the knife into the ceiling. Next, Spidey, he jumps up and then kicked Uncle Ben's killer into the wall. And as soon as Spidey's about to run up on Uncle Ben's killer, this nigga really started pleading for mercy. Then Spidey like, did you give my Uncle Ben a chance? Did you? Then he started gripping him the fuck up. But then he notices that it was the robber that he let go. So then he started backing off for just a little bit. But he tried to point a gun right at Spidey. So Spidey took his hand and broke his fucking wrist. Next we see Uncle Ben killer tripping like a pipe. Then he fell out the window. And Spidey officially got it back in blood. And I bet you thought he was done. But nah, it's time for case number 2. So Spidey, he talking to the investigators. And the investigators talking about Sandman is the one who actually killed Uncle Ben. And just like the first movie, my man's not playing. He getting it back in blood for his uncle. So he immediately tracked down Sandman. And these niggas start getting boxing. First, Spidey shoots his webs onto the moving train that's right next to them. Then uses the train as momentum to kick the shit out of Sandman. And Spidey sent this nigga flying, having this nigga crash onto the railings that's below them, breaking the shit out of his back. Spidey tried following up with a swinging web kick, but Sandman stops his momentum with his own kick. Then Sandman punches the shit out of Spider-Man, knocking him back in front of the moving train. Then Spider-Man dodges it, does a loop-de-loop under the railing, go back to Sandman and kick him into the same train. Spidey then takes Sandman by his head and then shave his head across the train. Got this nigga looking like a half-shaved eraser. Nah, fuck that. Got this nigga looking like Two-Face. All jokes aside, we see Sandman headbutt the shit out of Spider-Man, bump him into the moving train. Then Spider-Man bump into the train again. And the momentum of the train got Spider-Man going back towards Sandman. Sandman clocked the shit out of Spider-Man. And to reciprocate the action, Spidey, he punches Sandman, taking a piece of his face off. And at the same time, Sandman's face while I'm getting clocked by the train, making this nigga head do a 180. Like, no cap, bro. I know this nigga got a full whopping dosage of CTE. And real shit, it's like they really fighting for life or death, bro. Like, this fight is crazy. Then Spidey run up on Sandman, clocked the shot at him, and they started falling off the railing. And if we can rewind it, yo, when have we ever seen Spidey move so hostile, bro? Like, real shit. This really got you thinking,
what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
And as they fell on the pipe, Spidey clocked the shit out of Sandman. And at the same time, the pipe breaks. And as they are falling, Spidey needed shit out of Sandman. Bro, this fight is really insane. Spidey catches a pipe and lets Sandman fall down to the ground and he falls into some water. Water to Sandman is like kryptonite to Superman. And that Sandman body is disintegrating. Spidey wound up pulling up on a broken water pipe and then busted wide open. And I know what y'all niggas is thinking. No Diddy. And then the fight once and for all. And then Spidey here, bro, he's thinking that he killed him, even though we know that's not the truth. And Spidey officially got it back in blood again. And that's the end of it, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. It's Young Rose, the GOAT, and we out this John.